Today we're continuing where we left off, and we're going to be building a sheet that takes advantage of the master dimensions and master measures that it created for us. Let's get started. As you can see, I've asked it to list for me a summary of all the master dimensions and master measures that are in the application. Notice that it shows them to me, and more important, I want you to see this because I always show you all my ingredients. It's telling me that it recognizes that I had to correct and uppercase the values for Qlik answers and skills in the set analysis formulas that it created. I'm asking it now to go ahead and create a sheet called 410, and I want it to place the KPIs on the screen that use those master measures, and I want it to create a table of all the dimensions, and I also want it to put some filters on the screen, and naturally, it comes back and says, whoa, 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 we are not creating any microwave meals here. We want to do this Qlik Dork style with love. I wanted you to see that it's going to ask me if it wants the microwave version or the Qlik Dork prep with love, because the skills that we created in the video for secret sauce can apply to Cortex code just as easily. I literally just took my markdown files, put them into a skills directory for it, and voila, all of that Qlik Dork goodness is ready for me. So naturally, I'm going to tell it that I want the Qlik Dork version. No microwaves around here, as you know. In this particular case, we're looking at audit trail data. This is crazy. This is audit data of the information that I use within Snowflake Cortex. I actually created an audit table so that when I run things to do stuff, it gets audited. And so now it comes back through and says, hey, this is what I'm going to try to do. I'm looking for analysis. I know that the folks who are going to consume the screen are beginning their data literacy journey. I'm not trying to make things super complicated for them. I need to show them some high-level data about the auditing that is going on in the system so that we know how folks are using our Snowflake Cortex environment with Qlik MCP. Now it's going to go ahead and create the sheet for me. Notice that it's already done it. I'm going to get rid of the properties here so that we can see this. Notice that sometimes when it tries to do things, if it finds there's a validation error, it'll go ahead and try to recreate those things for you. And again, I'm going to get rid of properties so that we can see how it's coming along. And sure enough, I've got my KPIs at the top. And now it's building me this data table for me. This is going to show me my records. And sure enough, voila! I now have information that explains to me what these charts are for, why it created these things for my specific target audience. And if I go ahead and get out of the edit mode, I can see that I now have my filters. I can see that there were 14 skill audit records, 2 Qlik answer audit records, only 1 user. It's just me right now. I can see, if I want to expand this, the skills that I'm using. Guess what? More often than not, thus far in my usage for Cortex code and Qlik MCP, I'm using it for master items. You know I am a huge believer in all of that metadata and making everything work around that. If I wanted to go ahead and narrow anything down, I could obviously just use these filters. Notice that the KPI stayed the same because it was using set analysis, my friends. I can now scroll down through and look at any of my audit records. If I wanted to scroll over and see any of this information, I could see everything that was there. I asked some questions of Qlik Answers. Yes, I can call Qlik Answers from within Cortex code, and it'll show me what sources got used to answer the question. Come on, that's crazy, right? Well, guess what? When I'm looking at any of this other information, I've got different values as well that's there. So the different types of audits will have different information out there. You got to be loving that. Until next time, keep cooking your analytics with love.